Well, one Portland City Councilor is getting creative with how to address what's happening outside the ICE building, especially when it comes to the impact on those who live and work nearby. Today, I sat down with Angelita Murillo, who is trying to make it so landlords of detention facilities pay a fee if they disrupt the neighborhood, a move that some longtime protesters say doesn't go far enough. Protests outside the Portland ICE building have been going on more than 6 months now, impacting those who live and work nearby.
I myself have been out there protesting when they've gassed all the way down the block, and protesters were running telling the neighborhood to close your windows,
Holly Brown is with a local protest group.
Portland contra las deportaciones, or Portland against deportations.
They're calling on the city to revoke the ICE building permit.
We think what's happening at the ICE facility is an emergency.
In September, the city sent the building owner a violation notice, accusing the ICE facility of violating its land use approval more than 24 times, including detaining people overnight. In a statement, ICE's assistant secretary criticized the notice back in September, saying in part, "Another day, another sanctuary politician attempting to prevent the brave men and women of ICE from removing the worst of the worst." ICE has taken action to ensure that detainees are not held for more than 12 hours, including by increasing staffing and other resources provided by the One Big Beautiful Bill. Another tactic often used by federal agents, tear gas and pepper spray, which has caught the attention of Portland City Council.
Your city council, we're going to have to get creative to address the harms that are happening, and what better way to do that than with unsexy code requirements.
Councilor Angelita Murillo will soon introduce a proposal to fine detention facility landlords if actions at their buildings negatively impact the surrounding neighborhood.
This will mitigate some harm, because if you are a landlord that's choosing to profit off of the expansion of detention facilities, then you are creating a unique harm in the community that has to be addressed. It's not specifically to target the ICE building. That would be discriminating against the federal government's operations and what they're trying to do, and we can't do that because of the supremacy clause. This is about just making sure that harms and costs that are impacting the community are being mitigated, and so it's addressing all detention facilities.
There are 3 buildings in Portland considered detention facilities. Under this proposed ordinance, the city would determine their impact on the neighborhood to come up with an annual fee. Now, that fee would only apply to new contracts between landlords and detention facility operators.
If they are going to be abusing their power and making sure that they are using as much tear gas as possible and that's impacting people, then their fee is going to be higher.
That money would go toward cleanup efforts, police overtime, even helping residents and businesses relocate, costs that typically fall on taxpayers.
We want to make sure that Portlanders and taxpayers are not having to pay for the costs and sins of these property owners that are doing this harm in our communities.
The proposal is not enough to stop people like Holly.
While we are happy that people are trying to do something,
From calling for more to be done.
we don't think it goes nearly far enough, and we want them to take much stronger actions than that. Okay, if Councilor Murillo's ordinance passes, again, it would only apply to new contracts between private property owners and those operating the detention facility, not existing contracts. We've reached out to the city on when the ICE building could potentially be impacted by this, like if they renew their lease or something like that, and we have not heard back yet. Councilor Murillo was very careful not to say this ordinance would target the ICE building, but rather apply to all detention facilities in city limits, like jails. I think it's safe to say no other detention facilities in the city have caused the type of neighborhood impacts like what we've seen at the ICE building in recent months. Councilor Murillo was going to introduce this proposal at City Council today, but the session was canceled due to some city workers being on strike. So she's expecting to introduce this during the next council meeting a week from today. Okay, and by the way, when it comes to the city issuing a land use violation to ICE back in September, we're told that case is under review, and there's no deadline for when the city will make a decision. But we want to hear from you. What do you think about Councilor Murillo's proposal to fine landlords for what happens at their detention facilities? Email us at thestory@kgw.com or call and leave us a voicemail, 503-226-5090.